Hi Joe, it's me. Today I'm gonna show you my finished myshuno. I haven't changed any of the households really. I've just made everything a little bit prettier. We'll start with Culpeper Apartments. I'll show you just as an example. Some of the empty ones I have just kind of made a little prettier, but they're unfurnished like a actual apartment would be. So it's just the bathrooms and kitchens that I've done. For Culpeper Apartments, I feel like the landlord probably is a new landlord, and they've stripped everything to make it more like, what people think artist loft kind of apartments look like. But then one of the families who lives here, I forgot their name already, has been like grandfathered in, so their apartment is still a little more traditional looking. If the game ever loads, you'll get to see it one day. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So yeah. As you can see, I've just done the apartment. Made it a little cleaner looking. These apartments are kind of starters, so like I didn't make it too nice looking or anything. Really basic bathroom. But yeah. I will now show you the furnished apartments. I'm not gonna show you every single apartment, like the empty ones of like all these other ones. That was just an example. This one is the lot tree, like that you can't change at all, is like there's some historic monument for a chef that lived here, so I feel like this guy moved in and is hoping that living in the same apartment that this famous chef lived in will make him a good chef. I doubt it will. Spoilers. But yeah, since the landlord seems to really, he won't let you remove this memorial, so I figured he might have splurged on this particular apartment and gave it like a nice kitchen. Maybe he's like a big fan of like MasterChef or something, like the TV show. Let's see. What'd I do today? I went to Barnes & Noble. I got a notebook. And I had a coffee. And then I came home. And I need to get gas. But rather than get gas on my way home, I was like, I'll just get it tomorrow. It's fine though, cause tomorrow we gotta go to Dad's, so I'm like, who cares if I'm a few minutes late to that, right? Anyway. Build mode. Okay. So same thing, like I made like a pretty basic little bathroom. But yeah, I thought the kitchen might look a little nicer. you know, and this guy's like, you know, a professional chef. Or trying to be. But is also, you know, he's living in the big city and thinks he's artsy fartsy, so I went with, you know, some what you'd think an artist's apartment would look like. But also a little messy, you know. I wanted it to look a little lived in. But also a little empty at the same time. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a cobweb in the corner. He's not that rich. Like the blind's broke and he just put a sheet up. You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's this guy's apartment. See, that's the memorial you can't move. So yeah, like I said, I think the landlord would have been like, oh, let's make it a nice kitchen. So yeah. Oh god, am I not gonna, I don't know if I can just, yeah. The next one is more interesting, I think. Cause that was a sim I made. I don't remember why, but it was because you have to make a sim to start a new save file, which is kind of silly to me, but yeah. So this is a family that was already here, so I think this is a family that would have been grandfathered in, thus their apartment looks older. They're the Rasoyas, and Raj is a successful chef, but his critical mother still worries about when he's going to find a nice girl to carry on the family line. I think the mom would have a kitty, so I had her adopt a kitty named Cairo. She's family oriented, a snob, and self assured. So, and Raj is kind of a slob, but a foodie, and he's not very flirty. So good luck getting a great kid with that, I guess. That's why she is a kitty. But, you know, I tried to take their personality traits and how I designed the apartment too. It's obviously an Indian family, so I tried to make it look a little, I don't know, what's the word? Traditional. Like I feel like this might be the grandma's apartment and the son moved in with her, maybe. I don't know. I keep calling her a grandma, but she's not a grandma, and that's the point. Her grandbaby is the kitty. I don't know. Maybe if I actually play a family, I'll have someone marry this guy. Probably not, but it's a cute kitty. Oh, along with doing the apartments, I also just changed their outfits and hair and stuff a little bit. So they're not quite so, yeah. Okay. So here's, you know, where you come in. You come into like a little dang. Look, there's the kitty. Kitty. It's one of them short tail kitties. Anyway, this is where you come in. You know, I got a little fireplace. That's probably what's his face's baby pictures. And then you come over, and here's a little living room. Very nice. These are pretty, like, I try to make it lived in, but also kind of well kept, because I feel like the mom would probably clean up after everybody and keep it looking nice. Little kitty food station. And then you have this nice kitchen. Very fancy. So yeah, like I said, you know, it's got kind of, like, I think that mom would, like, upkeep the apartment and everything, even though it's older. So I tried to make it look nice, but a little, maybe, older fashioned. Here's her bathroom. As you can see, she's a nice big tub, and there's the kitty litter box, and washing machine and shower. Yeah, it's a nice bathroom. Wish I had a big bathroom like this. They had an extra bedroom, so I made that like his little office area. His personality trait is he's a slob, so I made his rooms like more messy. So, you know, he's got a little workout place he probably never uses, and then his desk. So, and then here's his bedroom. You know, like I said, I think he'd probably. Why are you in here? I don't know why she's in here, but yeah, this is his room, so I think it'd be, yeah, pretty cluttered. And then, you know, this a little bit of mold up here from the bathroom, because maybe he doesn't turn the fan on when he showers like he should. But here's a bathroom. It's still a nice bathroom. But, you know. So, yeah. And then the mom's room is over here. I think... sorry. I think she'd have a little meditation spot. You know, keep her calm since her son is a slob. And she loves her kitty, so here's the little kitty tower. And yeah. So yeah, that's her room. So yeah, that's the Sasoyas, I think was their name. What is their name? Sorry, Rasoya, my bad. So yeah. So that's it for the Culpepper house. We can look at the next one. The Jasmine Suites apartment. It only has the 2 apartments. One really long, skinny one. Well, 2 really long, skinny ones. This one's a young married couple. The Betas. With a baby on the way in a tiny city apartment. Will Jasminder and Arun find space for their bundle of joy? Will Jasminder keep her mixology job when the baby comes? Or would she rather stay at home and paint? The husband is family-oriented, ambitious, and a vegetarian. And she's also vegetarian, hot-headed, and romantic. And she's a mixologist. And he is a... I don't know. I don't know. I forget his job. Originally, this apartment had 1 bedroom, which I'm like, you can't have a baby and only have 1 bedroom. That's terrible. So I gave him like the teeniest, tiniest little nursery. I don't know. Maybe it was like originally a walk-in closet and they've turned it into a little nursery. I don't know. It does have a window, so I guess it's not too bad. This one was pretty, like, this one's pretty. I feel like. I tried to, since she's like a bartender and stuff, and they had like fun clothes, I thought they should have some fun artsy apartment. Okay. Man, the loading screen takes a long time. Sorry, like 50% of this video is gonna be the freaking loading screens. Okay, so also because it's such a small apartment, I try to make it really cluttered. You know, like they're trying to squeeze in as much as they can in every little space. Here's a little kitchen. I think it's a really cute little kitchen. I wouldn't mind a little kitchen like this. And then, you know, they have a few baby things already. Like, she's barely pregnant. You can't even tell. But, you know, they got, like, a high chair and stuff. So, yeah, here's their cute little living room. It said she likes to paint, so I gave her a little studio area in the very corner. But yeah, I feel like they're just barely fitting in right now. Might be a little harder with a baby. But yeah, here's a little, see, like the hallway is like really tight, you know, because it's where they don't have a closet, so they had to kind of like put all their clothes and stuff in the hallway. Here's the bathroom. It's just kind of your basic bathroom. These two buildings, they have washing machines in unit. Not every apartment building I gave washing machines, so, you know, some of them maybe just have like the basement washing machine area, you know. Here's the teeny tiny little nursery. So, you know, they've already decorated it and fairly gender neutral. But yeah, you can see what I mean by it being teeny tiny. I mean, and like their bedroom kind of suffered too. So they have a pretty small bedroom themselves. Like it's really just room for a bed and, you know, a dresser and stuff. So yeah, that's the Beatus. It sounds like I'm saying the Beatus. Same with them. I updated their looks. You know, I feel like their clothes originally were not the best, or their hairstyles maybe. I don't know. Can't remember exactly. But yeah, these apartments are probably a little older. Like I did the kitchen for that one. This one's empty, but I did the kitchen for it, and it kind of is the same kitchen as the Beta's kitchen, so it's not the like updated landlord special that the Culpeper apartment is. Okay, so next is my thrift store and bubble tea store. You might be asking yourself, why a thrift store and a bubble tea store? And I can't answer that because for some reason the game makes you bundle those two things together. Don't know why. It works out because I think these two things look really nice in this building. Originally this was a karaoke place, which there was already a karaoke place in the fashion district, so I was like, that's a lot of karaoke for one neighborhood. So I decided to change it. Let me do afternoon. Okay, so here's the front of it. It was originally a cannery or something. I think that's what the description said. But yeah, I've feel like it looks pretty good. There's a little food stand out front, and this side is the like thrift store side. So when you come in this front door, it's this is like the little clothing area. So like if you want like for the thrifted clothing, this is where you look at that. And then there's like kind of like it's kind of open air like area that you can come in through. And I feel like this is where all the furniture and other junk would be. So like, you know, here's all the furniture and the books and some shoes and just, you know, the random junk. And you know, there's like a little loading dock right here. You know, and it's got like miscellaneous rugs and stuff and art and all that. Little display area for the clothing. But yeah, that's the thrift store side. You can go around back and there's like some extra junk sitting around. And that's like the loading area where they can open up and get, you know, the furniture delivered and stuff. And dumpster with maybe some stuff that's not selling. Some vending machines. A little place for people to do street art. But yeah, and lots of graffiti back here. I feel like, you know, teenagers hang out back here. But yeah, then if you go around, this is the bubble tea store. It's very cute. This is the little street entrance. But I'll take you in through because there's another entrance right in here. Ugh, stupid. The camera. I'm not good at the camera. Sorry. So here's the little entrance in through here. It's really small. Like here's the counter. But yeah, I think it'd have lots of fun art and posters and stuff. And there's there's 2 tables you could sit at, and then of course some outdoor. And then right through this door is a teeny tiny little kitchen. Yeah. So yeah, that's the bubble tea store. Then you can go upstairs, and there's an upstairs area. There's a little more with a little bit more seating, and some bathrooms. For some reason, the thrift and bubble tea store venue requires a mic. I don't know why. So I just made like a teeny tiny little private karaoke room. Oh. Why you need a mic? Don't know. But there it is. So yeah. Anyway, that's the boba tea shop and thrift store. Like I said, it used to be like a really boring karaoke place. I think this is way better personally, but you know, it's just me. I'll show you this rec center next. This neighborhood seems pretty family oriented, so I thought I'd do like a community center. Coke break. Let's see, what was this originally? It was a house. This was a private house originally. But I thought it was a little odd. Like, I don't know if I'd want to live in this big house, like, right off the street. Like, in front of a park. I don't know. It was just kind of awkward looking. Like, I didn't change the shape of it that much either. So, like, it was just, like, this weird private house. But, yeah. I decided to turn it into a little community center. Yeah, here's the front. And then here's the side with a little fountain, dumpster and such. Little workbench. It has a pool. I'll show you that in a minute. and there's a side entrance directly to the pool and some vending machines. I like to have the vending machines and like a little food stand. Because I feel like if you spend too much time at these venues, like your sim can just starve to death if you don't have any kind of like food available. That's not such a problem in San Myshuno because they like have these food stands over here, but still, just in case, I don't want my sims to just starve to death. But yeah, here's a little outdoor patio area. I think it'd be fun to have a bite to eat. So you come in here. That's the pool. And it's got some fun little places to sit. Here's a little place to, like, you know, play chess or read some books or play some music. I tried to gear this more towards like kids and teenagers. Like, here's a little kids section where they can play. So, you know, maybe your mom makes you babysit your stupid little sister when you're a cool, edgy 15-year-old who wants to hang out with his friends. Y'all can hang out over here, and your dumb little sister can come play in the kid area. Here's some bathrooms, little shower rooms, tiny little gym area. I thought it looked cool with the little columns. But yeah, little gym area, showers, you know. Up the stairs is more sitting area, lot more books. You know, it's basically like a little library, and then some computers. Little computer station. Some, you know, and lots of sitting areas where you could play board games or something. Ping pong table. It's not a community center without a ping pong table and a TV. And then there's only one TV. I figured maybe didn't need TVs really. And then there's a little community like washing machine area in case you're in one of those apartments I made that don't have washing machines. You could come here and do your laundry. And yeah, okay, down we go. And through these doors is the pool. Yeah, it's just your basic cute little indoor pool. Little diving board. You know, it's I liked the like greenhouse look to it. I thought it looked cool. You know, maybe they do swimming lessons and like you bring your kids here to learn how to swim, like we used to have to do at the pool. So yeah, that's the community center. And that is all of the spice market section of town. Next is the arts quarter. Yay! Most of these apartments are empty. I think I made these kind of cheapo apartments because it's the arts quarter. So the only guy living here is this guy, Banali. He's a super lazy writer. Like, he wants to become a great writer, but he's too busy reading books and playing video games and napping, which I thought, dang, that's pretty relatable, huh? So I try to make his apartment reflect that. It's a small apartment too, like I think it's the smallest in this building. So he's probably kind of broke. But, you know, it's hard to carry when you have a computer. You can just play Sims 4 all day. Ugh, excuse me, I'm burpy. And make some Sims 4 videos for YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm too lazy to to figure out video editing. Like, I did want to, like, put some pictures of, like, what they look like before and after, but that's a lot of work. That's too much work for me, I'm sorry. Maybe one day I'll have bigger YouTuber aspirations, but that day ain't today. So how was your day? What'd you do today? I ate leftover pizza for dinner. It was alright. Well, okay. So, as I said, I think these places would be a little cheaper, a little older. Not like terrible. I don't have the heart to give them like the really, really horrible stove and stuff. I've been there, done that. I don't want to do it again. Look, he's playing video games right now. Anyway, so here's this little kitchen. Here's this little desk. It's like a writer desk, but you know, this guy's just playing video games. And then he has like a living room with lots of books. It does say he likes reading books, and he's a writer, so I think he'd have a little library. So yeah, I tried to fill it with, you know, interesting things, but still like a little cluttered, a little lived in. He's not nasty, but he's a little lazy, you know. Like his side table is just a pile of books. Here's his bedroom. You can see what I mean, it's like a tiny little apartment. Here's his bedroom. He's no closet, so he's just hanging his clothes on the wall. And he's like a pile of books by the bed, that kind of thing. You know. Basic little apartment. And his tiny little bathroom. Dang, the door's there. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. To go to the bathroom when you're in the bed, you have to go all the way around. That's annoying. Oh well. But yeah. See, he's one of the people who doesn't have a washing machine. So either it's, you know, in another section of the building, or he has to go to that community center. But yeah, that's his little apartment. Now we will go back to the art quarter. There's like no one living in the arts quarter, like in the base game. Like, I think it might be just him. I don't know. There might be one other person in the other building. Yeah, there is. Okay. Which ones are these? Oh, right. Okay. These ones are little family apartments. Oh, I'm gonna show you this empty one because I kind of had fun with these. It's Bako and Anaya Jang came to the bustling city of San Myshuno so Bako could broaden his career as a rising comedian, and so Anaya could get clarity on which one of her passions to focus on her career. Inspiring songstress or successful painter, their quirky kiddo Billy is happy to be along for the ride. This social butterfly has no filter when it comes to making new friends, even if it allows barging in uninvited to her neighbor's apartments. Well, she has no neighbors, so it's fine. Yeah, this one I had fun with because it's, you know, it's a comedian and an artist. Like, this, they're gonna have fun things, and just their initial design is pretty interesting. So I went for their sort of colorful atmosphere. Do you wish you had a Wabbit tablet? I can hear them. This is dangerous. Because I can hear like the Sims in the background. They could be killing themselves. And I could do nothing because of the loading screen. They could be on fire right now. You never know with Sims. Anyway. I have nothing to talk about. I'm probably gonna take a shower after this. I'm stinky. Okay. Even the music's kind of funky. So yeah, I think they'd have, this is like a little entrance area. Like I said, I think they'd kind of collect fun art and stuff. You know, you got your basic entryway things. And here's a bathroom. They have washing machines. This building has washing machines. Sorry to the lazy rider guy. It's, you know, a nice little bathroom. I like the tile. I like, you know, I got to pick fun things like the tile and stuff. Here's a little living room. They have a kid, so you know she's got some toys hanging out there. Nice big sofa. For some reason, he's watching TV from over here. But yeah, like I said, I want a more colorful atmosphere here, like with fun tile and stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of like Indian and African-ish stuff in the Send myshuno pack, so I tried to use a lot of that as much as I could. Like even the little archway is kind of fun and funky. Here's kind of they have like a little studio room. Like their daughter's room's actually kind of bigger than theirs, but I figured since they kind of took over this studio room, they gave their daughter the bigger bedroom. So here's their little studio room. She likes to paint, so I gave her like a really nice painting studio. So yeah. And then there's where she stores her canvases, and then they have a little desk area, computer, for her to do her homework or whatever. Obviously she's on AIM, talking to her friends. Do you remember AIM? And then through here is their bedroom. It's pretty small, kind of basic, you know. I gave him a mirror because I figured the guy needs to practice his comedy in front of a mirror. But yeah, that's their little apartment. Oh wait, I forgot. And then here's her room. Like I said, I think they kind of spoiled her and gave her a nice room. But from the description, it kind of sounded like they uprooted her a little bit, so I figured they're like, we're sorry, we had to take you out of your school and your friends to move to the big city. She's a little puppet show because it said she's pretty social, so she's probably a what's the word? Actor, showmanship person like her dad. But yeah. That's her room. That's their little apartment. Oh, sorry. Uh-oh. I clicked away. Anyway, that's their little apartment. I'm gonna show you the empty apartment in this one because I had fun doing the kitchen. because it's the arts quarter, and I figure, you know, to draw in people, they would probably, like, the landlords would probably make things a little more funky and fun. So yeah. Some of these apartments, I've changed the layout a fair bit, and some of them I haven't. This one originally had kind of a funky kitchen, so I just kind of, like, the layout anyway, it didn't look, like, it wasn't very colorful or anything, so, but I have made it more fun. So you come in, and then you have this, like, cool kitchen with lots of great tile and columns and stuff. Very cool. And then you have this great little island. I don't know, would you call this an island or like a pass-through? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I thought that was fun. And then you have this nice big living room. And through here is a bathroom. Very nice. Bedroom. This is a 3-bedroom. And then you have a nice big bathroom over here with a tub and a shower and a washing machine area. So yeah, I think this would be a fun place to live for a little family, a little artsy family. So yeah, that's that apartment building. The next one is a penthouse. I'm debating on if I want to show you this because I didn't change that much about it. Originally it was pretty boring. Like, there was no color to it or anything, and it was just one room. Like, they just had a bed here, and I'm like in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, if you live in a penthouse and you have this big old apartment, I want a separate room for my bed, you know? So I made a little bedroom, cause you need one. And I redid the kitchen a little bit because it was kind of ugly. Now it's pretty and fancy. Well, and then you have this nice bathroom with 2 sinks and washer dryer, nice tub. Oh, this is what I mean about the light, like the Star Wars pack. Like they kind of have nice lamps. Like these lamps are from the Star Wars pack. They're kind of nice. So, you know. So, that's the penthouse. Don't judge me. I didn't mean to get the Star Wars pack. I haven't even looked at the Batu world yet, so that'll be fun. Anyway, this only has one like lot, which was a art center. I decided to keep it an art center. I mean, you know, it's the art quarter, kind of needs one. But the original one was like super boring. Like, it was just like a big empty modern looking thing. I don't know, I didn't like it very much. This one, I was kind of inspired by the McCall Center. You know, like a art center that's built inside a restored church. So that's what I made. So yeah, here's the church. Outside you have a little eating area, little spot where, like, you know, a food truck comes every now and then. There's a little garden nearby. Like, maybe this used to be a graveyard. Now it's a little statue garden you know, for all the 3D arts. There's still a crypt. There's still the crypt. There's a little sign, you know, like do not enter. So that's where all the graves are. But yeah. So yeah, that's the outside. I called it the Crucis Center of the Arts, like Valley Crucis, because cross and Jeebus. I don't know. So here's the entrance. It's the art gallery. You know how it is. There's art on the walls. I figure since, you know, you got these big stone exterior walls, they probably built these little indoor drywall situation for hanging the actual art on. Except for a couple. But yeah, that's where you look at the art. Through here's a stairwell. I am not good at stairs. Don't judge me. Anyway, you come upstairs and it's sort of like a floating platform for the second floor, but yeah, you can look at the art. There's some little bathrooms. Unlike the McCall Center, there's some little classrooms upstairs. So like here's a little pottery studio. You know, so you can learn how to do pottery. And then here's a little painting studio, so you can learn how to paint. The fun thing about the art center venue is that it isn't just for art gallery. Like there will be people here that can teach your sim. Like there'll be like painters your sim can learn from. So these will be working classrooms. Like that people can come here and learn. So that's it for the upstairs. Downstairs is like a little bar. And music area. The art center for some reason makes you have a bar. I don't know why you are required to have a bar, but you are. This is not a big deal because I feel like, at least I think I do remember the McCall Center having like a event area, so like I feel like this is down where they do like their events and stuff. Little music area. But yeah, and again, these are Star Wars lights. These ones. They got good lights. I don't know what to tell you, Joe. But yeah. That's the little bar area, little basement bar. So yeah, that's the art center. I'm happy with it. I think it turned out really well. Especially because this is the first one I built from the ground up. Like I just bulldozed the building that was here before because there was nothing I liked about it. All the other ones from the other district, I kept the shell of them basically. But yeah, that's it for the art quarter. Next is the fashion district. I'll show you the penthouse first. We're getting into the like expensive, very modern parts of this town. By the time I got to like the financial district, I was like, I'm tired of modern things. I just struggle a bit with like modern decor. It gets very boring very fast. I tried to make it interesting for myself though, but you'll see. Like this one is not very like. I mean, I'm sure someone would really enjoy living here, but that person is not me. So yeah, you come up through this elevator because it's a penthouse, so you get your own, you know, area. Little half bath. I accidentally like decorated this one. Like there's some painting and stuff here because I forgot that this is just an empty apartment because no one lives here yet. You've stared like I kind of liked these shutter doors because it's sort of a good compromise to an open floor plan. Because like I think originally this thing was like completely like there was no rooms. There was like a basketball, like indoor basketball court here, which I'm like, that's dumb. I don't know. I don't understand why people would want an indoor like, there's so many of these places, like the original places that like had like basketball courts, and I'm like, this is too many basketball courts. There's just too much basketball. I don't know. Anyway. Here's a little kitchen, with big old fancy lights. They're a little in the way from this perspective, but I think from down here it's fine. But yeah, it's a kitchen. A big old island. And a little balcony right there. So here's a bedroom. No, this isn't a bedroom. I purposefully made this room in the middle with no windows because I think this would be like a home theater. Like there's like in the base there's all these basketball courts, and I'm like, I feel like it's way more common for rich people to have like a home theater, you know, like with the big screen and comfy couches and stuff. Like, doesn't that make more sense? Anyway, in here's like would be like a little living room. I kept this from the original, but it's a little weird. This is the pool. Like this is a little pool up here. So like you could just sit down here and like watch people swim. Kind of creepy. But then again, I feel like the kind of people who live here probably like that kind of thing. Anyway, a little hallway. Well, it's a big hallway. And then through here is another bedroom. Nice big bathroom. You'll notice this penthouse... Oh wait, no, it does have laundry. It's upstairs. I forgot. Anyway. Back here's another pool. A little diving board. A little green space. And then a little outdoor grilling area. Upstairs we have the upstairs pool where you can creep on people. And this hallway. It has a separate laundry room with 2 washer dryers. You know, this is like the kind of place where you have lots of parties, so they probably need it. Another big bathroom. This is the first place I did that actually has closets. So like this is a bedroom. This is their closet. Their closet has windows. Do you wish you were rich enough that your closet had windows? I don't know, maybe you don't, because people could look at you, but then again, you're at the top of a really big building, so it'd be kind of hard to snoop on you. Need a telescope. Anyway, here's the bathroom. I did do a little wall over the toilet just in case you don't want to get snooped on while you're pooping. Maybe you don't want to look at the highway while you're pooping. I don't know. Anyway, there's 3 bedrooms up here, all with closets. Master bathroom, and then another bathroom. Down here, this is probably like the guest bedroom and bathroom. But yeah, there's this big old fancy apartment, penthouse. It's fine. I don't think I would live there. Would you live in the big fancy modern penthouse? Because I don't think I would. Plus, this is too big. It's too much. Too much. Oh, it's this place. Okay. this these guys are the karaoke legends. They're a bunch of roommates. I heavily changed their looks. Originally, their outfits and hair and everything was not good. It was very millennial, and I'm like, these guys are obviously Zoomers. Also, there's this person, Darling, who she loves basketball, but she was straight up. I thought she was a boy at first, and originally they shared a bedroom. I was like, that's pretty weird, but she's a girl. And I changed her look heavily too. And no, I'm not being transphobic, because when I looked at her other outfits, like she was in dresses and stuff. It was literally just her everyday outfit that was like this basketball with a weird fade haircut. So I'm like, okay, well, she obviously likes dresses, so I think it's fine to put her in a hoodie and give her like a stupid Zoomer mullet. I don't know, that's just me. Anyway, so yeah, I tried to Zoomerify them. I gave him like the K-pop boy haircut and her the pink hair and stuff. For the apartment, I made it very like I think it's like clean girl aesthetic. That's what I've seen people call it, because I watch too much interior design YouTube. You know how Zoomers are. I'll admit I have fun with this, even though like I wouldn't really like these people. I wouldn't really want to hang out with these people. And like this apartment is way too young for me, but I did have fun making it. This is probably where I would want to live if I was like 21 right now. But I'm not. I'm 31. 30. Oh my god, how old am I? Am I 31? Or 32? I think I'm 31. Do you know, Joe? How old am I? How old are you? We're all old. One day it'll load. And that'll be a good day. Joe, I'm kinda hungry. Should I eat something? No, I shouldn't. It's like midnight. And I gotta get up early tomorrow. Okay. So yeah. Here's her apartment. Like I said, I have no basis for deciding this. I just feel like this girl comes from money. So I feel like this is her apartment, and she just has like her roommates moved in after the fact. So, this, I made it her apartment, so it's kind of girly. But yeah, here's the little entry area. She lives with some sporty people, and I think Darling is a student, so there's books and workout gear and stuff. In the description, she really likes the dude. Where is he? This guy. She's a crush on him. Oh. I guess he likes her too. But yeah. He's kind of a jock. And she's, I think, described as a nerd. Oh, she's a politician. She's like a nerdy politician girl. She's a social justice. She's a social warrior, that kind of thing. But good for her. So here's her little living room. Very cozy. They probably game. They probably have, some video games they play. Right now she's watching Grey's Anatomy. It's very retro for her. I don't know. I hate this TV stand. Like, I think it's perfect for her, but I hate it. Like, I put it down and was like, this is horrible. This is a horrible piece of furniture. Because it's tiled. It must be so heavy. And all it offers is like just this place to put your TV. There's no storage. Like, so you should just shove stuff under it. It's horrible. I'm sure she loves it, but I hate it. So here's her little dining area, with some fun art and stuff. Here's a little kitchen. I actually kind of like the kitchen. But yeah. It said one of her personality traits is neat, so while it's fun and decorated and very hashtag aesthetic, I do think she would keep it quite clean. So yeah, that's that. Upstairs, because it's a 2-story apartment, fancy. He's gaming in her room. So here's her room. She's got her bed, some neon lights, lots of clothes and makeup, because of course she does. Lots of photos, because I think she's kind of a social person. And then here's her tiny itty bitty little desk area that he's snooping on her laptop, reading her AIM messages. It's pretty messed up, dude. Anyway, here's a hallway. Little hallway area leads to the bathroom. I think there's 2 bathrooms. Yes. So this is probably the bathroom she shares with the other girl, Darling. I don't know why her name's Darling. It's kind of weird. But yeah, it's a bathroom. This is Darling. No, this is the guy's room. What's his name? I think it's Akira. This is his room. I think he's kind of a jock, but also like kind of a party guy. So I feel like he's not here that often. So his room's really basic. He comes here, he sleeps, he gets up, goes to work, goes parties. That's about it. This is the girl Darling's room. She's younger than the other 2, and a student, so... And she's sporty. She likes sports, so I gave her, posters and baseball caps and stuff. Excuse me. An old desk. And she's not super girly. So, that's her room. Originally, they shared a room, which I'm like, there's plenty of room for 2 bedrooms right here, so I just put them together, or separated them. Here's another bathroom. This is the guy's bathroom. He doesn't share with anyone, but yeah, it's a bathroom. And then over here is their laundry area. Desk area, and out here is a cool patio area. I feel like they have a pretty good young people roommate life, so I tried to make it look like that. Even though it's mostly her aesthetic downstairs, but oh god, I do really hate this TV stand. Anyway, that's these people. I'm not gonna show you the other apartment in that building because it's just an empty apartment. I can't show you every apartment. Some, like I said, they're just empty. Like I did the kitchens and the bathrooms, and that's about it. These ones are cheap. Like, these ones are kind of cheaper apartments for, like, single people, because they're all, like, 1 bedroom. This is Penny Pizzazz. Penny is the source of the coolest happenings and latest trends in San Myshuno, but will this online A-lister's staunch dedication to her career get in the way of finding romance? I don't know, will it? This girl, I really had... Why are you over there? Anyway, I really had to change her look, because... Oof. If I remember correctly, she had a really ugly outfit on, or like it was maybe her hair. I don't remember exactly, but for someone who's supposed to be an A-lister, she looked awful. Um, Despite being an quote unquote A-lister, her apartment and her finances are not great. So I think she's kind of a one of those influencers that is secretly not that influencing. One day it'll load, but then we have to do another loading screen because she's over at these people's house for some reason. So anyway, how's your day? I probably texted you already, but Moose figured out how to get out of the cat cages, so that's pretty exciting for him. Cause that's a big leap in intelligence for him. Very proud. I tried to find him outside. Like I went outside to congratulate him on his feat, but yeah, I couldn't find him. Well, I'm sure he's fine. He's been eating his food, so. He's been eating his food and hanging out in the chicken coop. Being a moose. What else? Sagey's here. She's in her cubby being adorable and precious and perfect as always. I can see her little pink beans. I'm gonna poke them. Oh, big yawn. Oh, look at those cute little beans. Oh, yeah, stretch them. Stretch the little beans. Yeah, they're so cute, Mishi. Let's see. I need to fold my laundry. It's just sitting around in my room in big piles, which is not good. What do I do, Joe? What do I do? I have too much stuff. And we gotta clean out your room. I know you don't want them, but that's gross in there. When I stole the other bedside table that was in there, I had to clean it because of all your smoking in there. It's like nicotine on them. It's gross. Most of that stuff in there, I think we can throw away, honestly. Yeah. I don't know. You'll have to tell me what... You'll have to try out the 2 office chairs we have, because there's mine, my old one, and then there's Mom's. So you should try them both out and see which one you like better. Are you ever gonna find a place to live? Should I make you a Sims apartment to live in? Sorry, there's no washing machines or closets. I forgot to put them in. Ugh. I've forgotten whose apartment we're about to look at, too. told you 50% of this video is gonna be loading screens. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Sagey's here. Hello, sleepy girl. There's a butt. Hi, Sagey. Give me a kiss. Hello, cute girl. It's a Sagey. Say hi to Sagey. She's the cutest girl in the whole wide world. And you can't even deny that because your cute creature is a boy. So you can't deny that Sagey's the cutest little girl in the whole wide world, because she is. And you can give her booty pets. Pet the booty, pet the booty, pet, 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 pet. Pet the booty, pet the booty, pet, 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 pet. Pet the booty, pet the booty, pet, 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 pet. Pet the booty, pet the booty, pet, 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 pet. Bye, Mish. What else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, so let's talk about cleaning your room. A lot of his stuff I think you can throw away. I am gonna try to sell, like, I think I can sell the dollhouse on Facebook Marketplace. I actually posted it like months ago on Facebook Marketplace, but you know, then all that stuff with mommy happened, and I forgot about Facebook. So when I logged on like a few weeks ago, like there was a ton of messages about the dollhouse, and I was like, whoops. So I might try posting it again. Maybe you can help me with the Facebook Marketplace stuff, because I don't want to get you know, murdered or something. Not that I think I would, but you never know, I guess. Oh. What else? I need your help putting the stuff in that attic. The Christmas stuff. There's like almost nothing in the attic. Like, I think it's just some suitcases that's up there right now. So if there's stuff in your room that you want to keep, we can box it up and store it up there probably. But I do want to get your room looking kind of nice so that I can have like a guest. You know, like BU comes visit or something. That'd be nice. What else? Oh my god, this is taking forever. Ugh, god. I'm just sitting here rambling while this stupid plumb bob twirls endlessly. The end has no end. The end has no end. I'm tired. I did a lot today. And I'm stinky. Like I said, I'm gonna take a shower after this. If I have time, I might paint my nails tomorrow. I think I'll paint them black, but I haven't decided just yet. What's your favorite flavor of cookie? I don't know, I'm torn. Like, there's nothing like a good classic chocolate chip cookie. But I also really like the sugar cookies with the sprinkles at Publix. Those are good. Those are a little addicting, like I could eat the whole box. Ugh, Joe. I'm gonna die here. Taking so long. Ugh. If you're not already looking at your phone, feel free to browse Reddit while we wait. And no, I will not be editing this out of the video. This is staying. Because I'm lazy. And also... Oh! Yeah! We're finally here! Oh my god, stupid Penny Pizzazz. And like, such a tiny little dumb apartment and everything. Anyway. Stupid Penny Pizzazz. Has a tiny little itty-bitty apartment. Here's her tiny little kitchen. Here's a little seating area. Here's her little living room, and she's absolutely one of those people that has the frame art TVs, which is what this is. And over here's it's an influencer, so I gave her the double monitor streaming setup. Oh, hello, Seiji. Hello. You're very cute, aren't you? Here's the bathroom. She doesn't get a laundry machine. You know, she doesn't deserve it. So yeah. And then here's her little bedroom. And again, influencer, so she's a nice little vanity. But yeah, I try to make like the art and stuff reflect people. And there's something about Zoomers. I feel like they really like these like fake neon signs. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old. But yeah, that's all that for that tiny little apartment. So that was fun, right? Did you have fun? I'm not done yet, but did you have fun waiting for that? Now we get to wait some more. Oh, yay. Okay. Was that? Okay, that's that. Next is Planet Honey Pop, which is a karaoke bar. So originally this was a karaoke bar, and this, like, you don't need that much karaoke. No one needs that much karaoke. Originally this was just a karaoke bar. It was pretty basic. Thank you, Seiji. Thank you. With the new expansion, well, here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So, because of where it's located, I wanted to make it look like it's an actual kind of like a real city building, as opposed to like originally this just looked like kind of like a house in the middle of all this, which is pretty dumb looking in my opinion. So I tried to make it look like an actual like city living building. Like here's the roof where people who live in this building might come hang out. But I'll show you step by step. So these, like up here, there's empty apartments in here. See, I've done some little apartments that have actual laundry machines. Though I did furnish the patios a little bit, but just so like it looked nice from the outside. The inside I just did the basic, you know, empty apartment furnishing. This, I will admit, while I really like how the outside looks, I think it looks really like perfect. Like I think it fits in really well to this area and stuff. It does lead to some like kind of funny shaped apartments inside, so, but it's fine. Here's the second floor apartments. I kind of treated these almost as two different buildings just sharing a stairwell. So like this side is one apartment and this side is another apartment. But yeah, it's got some teeny tiny little bedrooms. This building is slightly smaller and it has a stairwell in it, so these apartments are just one bedrooms. And how many apartments is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So there's 5 apartments. They're all either 1 or 2 bedrooms. You know. But they all have like lots of nice balcony space, so they get that at least. And then finally, like the commercial spots underneath, in the white building is the karaoke bar. I found these these cute neon lights, and it's called Planet Honey Pop, which made me think of aliens, so that's why I had the alien one. And there's like some space art in there. So I went with like kind of like space and honey together, you know? Anyway, it's fun and colorful. Here's a little bar area. You know, lots of places to sit. There's like a karaoke stage right here. But there's also 2 private karaoke rooms, like you might see in Japan. So, you know, they have their little seating areas and then their big, cool karaoke stations. Same right here, as you can see. And then here's the little bathrooms. Very, very cute. But yeah, and this is kind of I call this the antisocial table over here. So, you know, you come out to go karaoke and then you hide over here so no one can see you or perceive you, as it should be. But yeah, that's the cute little karaoke bar. I actually really liked how it turned out. I think it looks good. I think it's more fun than what used to be here. Over here is a gym. So there's nothing super exciting about it. It's a gym. I had fun making it though. I did really struggle with the bathrooms and shower rooms. Like, I don't know, something about this configuration I just couldn't get to work real well, but I got it eventually. There's only like it kind of sucks because there's just like one bathroom, one shower room, but yeah, y'all can take your turns. So yeah, that's the little gym. I did a gym because it's the fashion district and I feel like people probably want to work out here and stay in shape because fashion. And B, because the gym doesn't have really any requirements. Like, you don't need any employees there for it to work, so I can just call this a karaoke bar and people can still come use this as a gym. Now, as for what I was saying earlier about the apartments, thanks to the new expansion, you could have this as a business and a residential, but one of the, like, the Sims living here would have to run, like, some of the Sims living here would have to run the karaoke bar, and I was just too lazy to do that. So if you wanted to, you could absolutely make this into actual apartments and the karaoke bar. I'm just too lazy. But yeah. Here it is. This was the first time I've ever made like a little modern building. I think it turned out pretty good. Like I said, I think it fits in really well with the surrounding area, so I'm proud of it. Is that it for? I think that's it for the fashion district. It is. Oh my god, Joe, we're on the last district. Are you excited? This is like gonna be 2 hours long. Aren't you excited? I'm not gonna show you this place. It's just it's a big old apartment. It's got a pool. Cool. You can see it from here. It's a big fancy apartment. I'll save the community ones for last. This one's fun. I can tell just looking at it, it might take a while to load. So these are the things, the fongs. Maybe fong, I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyway, Victor is a respected and high-powered politician. Lily is a tough businesswoman. Their respectful yet somber nature masks their sinister, secret plans to one day take over San Myshuno. So this one, I had fun doing like a kind of a villainous Asian flair to their apartment. It was like, oh my god, I wish this is one of the ones I wish I could show you the original, because it was really boring. Like, it was very like a very dated version of what people think modern design looked like. Like, it was very black and white. I feel like that's not very modern these days. Like, that's not what modern design looks like these days. Maria don't know what I'm talking about, but like the modern set in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Not New Horizons, I'm sorry. New Leaf. Like the black and white checkerboard look. It was very much like that. Which I'm like, that game came out in like 2008, I don't know. Long time ago. Anyway. I like these guys because they're described, they're evil. And they love being evil and rich. So that's what I went for. So yeah, you come in. It's a very awkwardly shaped apartment, unfortunately, but what can you do? So you come in. Here's a little bar area, because I'm sure they have to entertain a cool little dining area. Lots of art. We're getting into this, like, the wealth bracket where I imagine these people probably own their apartments rather than rent. So, I went a little crazy design-wise, because I'm like, these people could probably, like, afford to, like, get their kitchen redone and stuff like that. And, like, they don't have, like, they own the apartment, so they can do all these changes. So yeah, here's our fancy kitchen. Another little dining table. These ones, we're also getting into the section of this neighborhood where it was going by a little faster, because I didn't necessarily feel like it should be real cluttered, because these people, I feel like, have maids and are very clean, and B, I feel like they have very like modern aesthetic that, and wouldn't want super crowded, cluttered areas. Here's their really big fancy TV over their big fancy fireplace, and then they've got, you know, their fancy evil Asian person decor. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be racist. It's just, you know, they're evil. I didn't change how they look that much, so like this is, you know, this is what it is. But yeah, I think their apartment is way better than what it originally was. Like I said, it was really, really dated looking. And maybe this is, you know, not a modern aesthetic, but I feel like it fits their personalities more. But yeah, that's their living room. Over here's the bathroom, like a little half bath. And then over here is, oh look, he's even in it. Is his study, because he's a businessman and he does the business. There he's doing business. He even has a business award. And of course he has his desk facing the inside of the room, not the window, because he's a villain, and that's what villains do. Little bar cart to have a drink with his fellow businessmen. Big fancy bookshelf. Yeah. Pretty good. Go up the stairs, and there's a little loft area. Sorry. This is one bedroom. Like, these people do not have guests over. But here's their big fancy bathroom. Nice big tub, shower, toilet, fancy toilet. But yeah, like I said, these ones don't have as much clutter or decoration. Like, it's mostly clean surfaces and stuff like that. So it didn't take me as long. She's got this big, nice walk-in closet. Here's a really big bedroom with super high walls, super high curtains. I mean, that's pretty crazy. But I guess when you're rich. So yeah, I think they'd have a nice little sitting area for reading. And then here's, like, you know, where she does her makeup and everything. And yeah, that's the Fongs apartment. They're evil, but rich and stylish. And that's them. Who's left? I think there's only one or two families left, maybe? Maybe it's just one. I'm not gonna show you this apartment. It's pretty it's like, there's nothing in there. Same with this one. Oh, this is this guy. Oh my god. This one genuinely upset me when I loaded it in. So the guy's name is Lobo. He's established and novice artists alike shudder in anticipation for the day Diego Lobo steps his critical foot into their gallery. Impress him and you'll have made it for life. But one brushstroke is off. If just one hue is not quite to his liking, you may never work in this town again. So, you know, he's an Anton-Ego type art critic. And this guy's apartment was so boring. Like, it's so empty. There's nothing in it. There's nothing on the walls. I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy probably, like, hoards art. You telling me this a fancy rich art critic doesn't just have art everywhere? Like, it has cool stuff everywhere? I feel like art critics are the type of people that absolutely love to collect cool stuff. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. Also, for some reason, the lot trait for this is romantic fireplace. And there's a fireplace I can't move. And it's not really that romantic. It's just it's like the most basic fireplace you could buy. And it's it's like off center. It bothers me so much. But I can't move it. So, it is what it is. I did my best. But again, like with the phones, I think this place, like, these people probably have enough money that they own the apartment and can make whatever changes they want. So I went a little crazy designing this guy's apartment because I think he'd probably enjoy designing his apartment and doing lots of crazy things. So so here's where you enter. It has a nice little entryway with art and tile, and I think he'd have like cool handmade wooden doors and everything. Here's a little half bath. He's got the nice Japanese toilets. I'm jealous. Anyway, you come in through here, and it's a little TV room. He's got a little chess set. Again, there's art everywhere with the fancy art lights. And then he's got this big old frame TV. Talk about fancy. Nice fancy living room. Then you come back in through here. Here's a little kitchen. This guy, I don't... he's an espresso machine, which is probably the only thing he uses. I don't think this guy actually ever cooks his own meals. But he has a little bar. I'm sure he hosts people all the time. So, he's a little area to sit and enjoy a drink, listen to music. Through here is a little sitting room, library area. This is the romantic fireplace. I can't move. And as you can see, it's not center. Oh my god, it drives me crazy. Also, it's not even that nice of a fireplace. What makes this fireplace so romantic? I just don't know. But yeah. So, that's the sitting room. Down this hallway, this is a little guest room. I'm sure he entertains guests every now and then. And then through here is a big old fancy... I really like his bathroom. I would enjoy this bathroom. This is a vacation kind of bathroom to me. But yeah, I think he'd get the handmade tiles from Spain or whatever. And yeah. The special teak shower, that kind of thing. But it's a pretty nice bathroom. Anyway. And through here is his bedroom. It's big and fancy. He's even got a little sitting area. Big fancy bed. Through here is his big closet. I mean, I feel like you can tell by his suit he probably likes dressing up. But yeah, here's his big fancy walk-in closet with the big mirror and everything. But yeah, that's the art critic's apartment. Personally, I think it's way better than his old one. Like I said, when I loaded in here originally, it was like this was all one big room. It was basically empty. There's nothing to look at, nothing on the walls. It was all just white and black. And I'm like, ugh. That's not what he would live in, I feel like. So, that's that. Next, I think, is the spa, and then the park, and then I think we're done. We're getting there. This is gonna be like 2 hours long, I feel like, so I'm sorry it's so long, but, deal with it, I guess. And yeah, I could edit out the loading screens, but where's the fun in that, right? Don't you want to sit here and spend time with your precious baby sister and listen to her ramble on about stupid thing like Key's butt? Let's see. Seiji's butt is good. I saw it just a little bit ago. Tommy's butt's good, I think. He can be a little constipated sometimes, so. I haven't seen Tosie's butt. I don't know. She's probably good. I feel like she's probably the healthiest of all the kitties, if I'm being honest. And then there's Peaches, and you know, Peaches of course has a perfect little butt because she's the Peaches. And God knows what Moose's butt looks like. We don't need to think about that. What you wanna do next week? It's Friday right now. So what you wanna do next week? Are you gonna play a video game? What video game are you gonna play? I'm probably gonna play The Sims, maybe. I know you said to do the Japan neighborhood next, but I might do the spellcaster one next. I feel like after doing all these modern buildings, I want to do something kind of fantasy looking, you know. I feel like the Japan neighborhood might get a little into the modern apartment buildings again, which I need a break from. If I'll ever be free of this video. Anyway. I'm running out of things to talk about, Joe. Is there anywhere you want to go eat? Is there anywhere you want to go shop? Do you want to go to the Bass Pro Shop? Do you want to go to the Yas Pro Shop? Or is it too woke? I'm starting to get sleepy. I need The Sims to... What's the word? I need it to shape up right now. Like, I need to go to bed soon. So if it could shape up, that would be nice. Also, I'm tired of talking. My mouth is getting dry. I'm gonna drink some water and you can just listen to it. I'm dropping things. You probably know what I'm talking about, but you'll probably also be watching this in the distant future, so maybe you don't, but I'm kind of ready for the next few days to be over with. I know we've worked hard on it, but I'm tired. I just want to sit around doing nothing. That's probably relatable, though. You probably feel that way, too. Not to put words in your mouth. I'm in between crafts. I don't know what craft I should do next. You and Maria still haven't requested anything. Even Biyu's requested something. Y'all gotta get on that. I sent you that catalog and everything. So yeah, what craft should I do next? I think I'm gonna make a little box for those, what you call them, coasters, those Disney coasters I found in Mom's closet. I'm gonna make a little box to keep them in. But that's gonna take like a night. Like that's not a a big craft. It's gonna take me like, you know, a couple hours. You know, I just need. I could watch this YouTube and be done by the time that this video would be over. Granted, that could be a long time from now, based on how long these loading screens are taking. So, you know, God only knows. Oh. Hey. Do you remember these? They're tiny little green guys. Like green fuzzy guys. They kind of look like bunnies. One's little and light green, and one's big and dark green. And you got them for me at the Japan Expo when you went with Dad and Granny Bob. Do you remember that? They make a noise when you shake them. They don't really make much noise anymore because they're kind of old. Anyway, Joe, get excited. Next up is the spa. Originally, this was a gym, which I thought people in a financial place, like in a financial district that have a lot of money, probably have a home gym and don't really need a gym. Know what I'm saying? Also, it just looked weird here. I mean, this looks a little weird here too, just because it's such a weird lot, like with this weird steel frame thing. But I feel like this looks less weird than the other one did. The other one was like almost like a house with a basketball court in the backyard. Like, it was just kind of dumb. Anyway, so I turned into a spa because I feel like that's what these people would like. Like, I feel like rich people really like spas, you know? You know what I'm saying? I guess everyone kind of likes a spa, but, you know, I feel like these people would go here regularly. You know, bankers. You know, bankers. Anyway, you can tell me I'm tired. This planter's from the Star Wars pack, Joe! I use things from it. How embarrassing. Anyway, so you come in, there's a little, reception area. It has a little, like, you could buy a snack or a vitamin shake, probiotics, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's the check-in area. Back here is a locker room. Boy and girl section. You know, it's a locker room. Back through here is the main area. First off, I made like some nice seating areas to sit and enjoy your protein shake and look at fishies. Oh, don't listen to that. And then, you know, just chill and relax with a towel on your head or whatever it is you do at spas. And then back here, all this open space is for yoga. This is like, this is an instructor yoga mat, so like there'll be an instructor here to teach yoga class. So yeah, you can do yoga and look at the pretty view. That's not pretty view. That's a pretty view while you're doing yoga. And then in here is some little bathrooms. They have showers in them because exercise is sweaty. These are nicer, like these are way nicer bathrooms than the one at the gym that I built over in the fashion district, but again, it's a nice fancy spa, like a multiple story spa. Anyway, you come upstairs, more big old bathrooms with bathtubs, you know, just relaxing. And then there's a sauna, and then there's a little there's like private meditation room for private meditation. And then you have your little massage rooms your private massage rooms. You could get a massage or maybe a couple's massage. You know how it is. And then you can come out here to the balcony if you want. Yeah, I put the stairs outside. I don't know, I just kind of thought it was fun. Second floor is big hallway, and then more private meditation room, couples private meditation room with balcony to come out here and meditate if you want. I feel like Dad and Christy would really like this place, you know? Lots of meditating. Here's another big sauna room, you know, for sweating your worries away. More bathrooms. All of them have showers because you're gonna get sweaty. And then over here is like, this is like the head and like shoulders and hands and feet kind of massage. Or like people who can't lay on their tummies might get their massages, so you come in here and you can look at the fishes while you're getting your massage. Finally, we go up another floor and I put a restaurant at top. Because, you know, after a massage, you probably want to come get some sushi or something. There's a big fancy bar. Again, you could get an alcoholic protein shake. Exciting. Yeah, and then in here is like a teeny tiny little kitchen. This is like venue wise, it's, I don't think it would be a full restaurant. I did put this here. This is like a food stand, so like you could get food here, like your sim could, so I think it's functional enough. But yeah, here's a little sitting area and another little balcony to come enjoy your drink. And here is bathrooms. Since this is the restaurant bathroom, they do not have showers. It is just a normal bathroom. And then there's some more seating outside to be fancy. And yeah, that is the spa. I enjoyed making it. I had fun with the building shape and making it, again, kind of fit in with the surroundings. I don't know. I try to make all the buildings look like they would belong there, you know? I think I even did that okay with the Stargazer Lounge, which is kind of a difficult one since it's just a lot plopped on top of a building, but I think it turned out okay. Originally I tried to go for like a cool 20s kind of 20s swing kind of jazzy lounge, but I don't know, it just looked way too out of place for me. So, I went with kind of a mix. I'm gonna show you at night because that's when you would be here realistically. So yeah, I tried to do like a mix of modern jazzy with like kind of a cafe-ish look, I guess I would call it. So yeah, here's the outdoor area. There's a cool little fountain you can relax by. There's a food stand so your sim doesn't starve to death and die while you're partying. God, stupid. You come on through the elevator up here. There's some bathrooms right next to it. You come in. Here's some little lounge, like, you know, little area to sit. You know, this is like absolutely like a date kind of spot, I imagine. Like, you just come in and get a drink and relax by a fireplace with your buds or whatever. big art piece. You come in here, and here's the performance stage. This is a dance floor, so you could dance if you wanted. You can dance if you want to. And here's like some nice little sitting areas, so you can watch the performance. Over here is the bar. Like I said, I try to go modern and kind of still keep the 20s jazz lounge feel, but also it's still modern enough to fit in with the rest of the buildings. And you know, there's the fancy saxophone. That's your saxophone. They framed it for you. So yeah, there's a couple booths, because everyone likes a good booth. Little bathrooms. I gave it the trait hottest spot in town, so it's fancy. It's got fancy bathrooms. And lots of places to sit, so you know, you're not in other people's conversations. This one, you know, has some cool books and stuff. You know, romantic. Have a fun date here and read a book, because people love reading books on dates, obviously. And I think this is also from the Star Wars pack. I'm gonna point that out every time. Anyway, here's the outdoor seating area. Very nice. You know, lots of, you know, fireplace because it gets cold. You know, lots of places to sit and just admire the view. The pixelate. Look at all the pixels. Amazing. Beautiful. Beautiful. So romantic. Would you and Maria come here for a date night? It's too bad. It's hot. It's the hottest spot in town, so you can't, because only the cool people are allowed in here. But you know, if you were a cool people, would you guys come here? That's so mean. Anyway, it's the Stargazer Lounge, so I made the roof here glass, so you know you could technically stargaze, although it's a city, so I doubt you'd see any stars, but oh well. Upstairs I made it like a little venue. Like if you wanted to rent it out for like a wedding or something, you could do that. Like here's where you could have your little wedding area, and then there's like a little bar and seating. And then there's some outdoor space too, so you could have dancing and stuff. So yeah, that's what that is. So yeah, but yeah, that's the Stargazer Lounge. I'm happy with it. It turned out better than I thought it was going to, I think. Originally the wedding venue for this neighborhood is the Central Park. Like it was really just a big wedding venue, but I feel like people in big cities like this kind of would probably rather get married in a cool penthouse lounge than a really basic looking park. But I don't know. I'm not a big city girl, so maybe I'm wrong there. I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna get married in a green space and you have a lot of money, you'd probably just do a destination wedding and not be in this neighborhood. Like you just go to the Hawaii neighborhood and get married. But I didn't know. I'm not a millionaire. Anyway, last but not least is the park. I went with a New Yorker mindset. Instead of it being a dumb wedding venue, this is probably where city people will get their fill of trees and nature. Like how actual Central Park is, rather than... well, I mean, people get married at Central Park too, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's not just like a building with a kitchen in it and then a wedding arch and that's it. This is, you know, an actual place to come hang out and be in the nature. So you enter your little billboard, community board, some covered seating in case it starts raining or whatever, and then the bathrooms. I tried to make them look like not bad or like ugly, but just kind of like older, you know? Like just kind of an older building, a little retro. Over here, I made like this kind of fun little market area, you know? Where you could buy tchotchkes and get a little food, a little street food, a little pizza. Hot dog maybe? Maybe your 4th hot dog today? You know? These blue things are where people can make street art. That's what those are. And then across the way is a little playground for the kids. Since it's the spaceship one, I put a little statue of an astronaut. Like maybe this was sponsored by Astronaut Man. Or is dedicated to Astronaut Man, and thus they did the spaceship playground. Anyway, back over here. It's a little busking station for playing your guitar to people who are walking by. Yeah, lots of grass and plants. Over here is a basketball court. Finally, Joe! Finally! Finally we get to the basketball court. I'm sure the actual people who made this neighborhood are like, finally, you took away all our basketball courts. Well, I give it back. Here it is. It's a nice big one. In the middle is a statue of some guy. Over here is like a pretty little romantic nature walk. You know, there's a playground, so you can, you know, a little trail to walk through and enjoy some nature and flowers and trees. And you can sit here under a pretty gazebo and think about butterflies. Probably. And a weird ballerina girl. Anyway. Over here is like a nice greenery area. Nice lawn to sit and have a picnic. These little things spawn fireflies at night, so like you know, if you came here at night, there would be little fireflies in like with your actual sim. A little place to play horseshoes, and then some picnic blankets and a theater or a projection screen. So like maybe like on the weekends they play movies here for people. But yeah, it's a cute little place to have a family movie night. Over here is so the original I don't have the description. Well, the original description talked about like an observatory being here, and this was here. Like this was like right here, just sitting here. Like a historical observatory thing. So I thought I'd make like an actual little like historical observatory building, like a teeny tiny one, and like maybe they turned it into like a really like teeny tiny little museum. So here's the tiny. This is a Star Wars object. I'm gonna point it out every time. So yeah, you know, a little museum, like maybe there's some space rocks and stuff, you know. Very cool. Some cool science things, you know, to learn or something. But you know, this would be like the little historic observatory. Here is where I actually started to figure out how to do stairs, like outdoor stairs. Second floor is just a little extra bathroom with a changing station. Like if you have a baby, you can get your baby changed here. These are the family bathrooms. And then up top floor is the actual observatory, where you can spy on people naked. And then in the corner is just a little chest area for people to have a little chess competition or whatever people do in parks. But yeah, that's the Central Park. And yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'm done, Joe. That's it. That's all. That's everything. I told you it'd be 2 hours long, like almost right on the dot. But yeah, that's my redesign of all the San Myshuno lots. I hope you like it. I like it. I think all of them look a lot better than the base ones. Not to toot my own horn or anything. Even like zoomed out, I feel like all the buildings kind of look like they actually fit more in the spaces that they're in. A lot of the community lots I think are a lot more diverse and fun to visit with a sim. If you actually play the game instead of just building things like I do. I'll probably make a sim to come look around and have fun in here. You know, to actually visit the lots and get a massage or whatever. So yeah, that's all my lots. Real quick, real bonus thing. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it might be it's a destination world. That's why I forgot about it. Let's go. Oh, I can't do lots. Oh, right, because it's a destination world. I cannot edit it. Sorry, Joe. I can't make any Star Wars areas. Darn. Ah, that's just too bad. Oh, well. Well, I can't load into these because I don't have, because I need a sim to come visit it, but maybe I'll record that, like, at some point so you can see Batu. It's just like Star Wars land, Joe. Wow. I can't wait to go on Rise of the Resistance and shoot Adam Driver in the face or whatever it is you do. I don't know. I know Star Wars. Anyway. That's pretty fun. It's kind of messed up. The only South American town is... Oh, wait, you can edit this. Okay. Never mind. You can actually have people... I think you can actually have people live here. Okay. That's good. Because if it was like Batu and you couldn't have anyone live here, I'd be like, that's kind of messed up. I think it's the only South American based one. No, I'm lying. There's like a Brazil one. Where is it? This one. Yeah, this one I think is kind of... It's Brazil, maybe? I'm not sure. You know, I'm not... No, it can't be Brazil because that's Spanish. Because I know Mariposa. I don't know then. It's probably... They don't always pick a very specific city to base it on. But yeah. Sorry, I think I'm gonna do Glimmerbrook next. I want to do something fantasy. It's pretty small though. It's only 5 lots, so I doubt it'll take me that long. Yeah, this one just took me so long because of all the freaking apartments. But it meant not doing the terrain, so there's that. So yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you like my myshuno. I had fun doing it. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching this big long video and listening to me ramble on forever. Okay, bye.